What is going on, Jay Guitar? What is going on, Fruit? Yeah, we're just in the middle of freaking woods by this walking trail over here. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hold up. Yeah. All right. I'm back, y'all. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Jay Guitar? Fruit, Braxton, Fruit, Anthony, Tatiana, Anthony once again, Jay Guitar, Fruit. Fruit says something whimsical here. I like what Fruit said here. Fruit said that tomorrow they're going to go to the Delta Fair. And Fruit, man, I'm glad you mentioned a Delta Fair. It's been 10 years since I went to the Delta Fair. And I forgot all about the Delta Fair until you mentioned it. And man, 10 years ago when we went to the Delta Fair, it was the greatest damn thing I ever got to experience as a teenager. It was great, right? It was great. Let me clean my lens real quick. It was great. And here's a fun story, Fruit, because unironically, you know, you're a teenager right now, and it's 10 years later, 2025, and 10 years ago, I went to the Delta Fair as a teenager. Here's a fun story for you. 10 years ago, when I went to the Delta Fair, I was an emo in high school, and I wore a My Chemical Romance shirt. And I remember there was also a lot of other emos there 10 years ago, back when I was in high school at the Delta Fair over there. And I remember there was a lot of people that complimented my MCR shirt. Delta Fair was a good time. Delta Fair was a good time. Anthony's like, what just happened? What just happened? Nothing. I just put my phone in my pocket. There was like a whole squad of like 20 people walking by me, and I didn't want to catch them off guard. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing filming and shit, right? If there's too many people, it might ring an alarm. And I don't want people, you know, taking things out of proportion. Fruit says, bro, I swear to God, it sounds like the running sounds of Minecraft. That is wild. That is wild. That is wild. Tatiana's like, why that voice? Well, I have a cigar. I've had this cigar the last few days, and I've just been slowly smoking through it. And so whenever I smoke a cigar, my voice gets a little deeper and a little more raspier. So unironically, whenever I smoke a cigar, it's easier for me to make my voice a much lower pitch than if I were to do it normally without smoking a cigar. But yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's fucking nighttime. We're just taking a night walk through all these trees and crap like that. Fruit's like, bro, 10 years ago I was like 5. God damn, I am feeling like a fucking grandpa, but that's okay. Unk era's coming soon. Grandpa era's coming soon. I've been working hard on the music the last few days. The last few days I've made a lot of progress on the music. So we're just getting closer and closer to me, you know, showing my face again. And like I said before, when I show my face again, it's not going to be Tintle Death anymore. It's not going to be the same Tintle Death you guys are all accustomed to. You guys are going to see something different. You guys are going to hear something different from me. Some of you guys are going to be really shocked with what we're going to do music-wise. It doesn't sound like anything I would have ever done, but I think I'm about to pull this off like crazy. Tatiana's like, no, the other voice. Anthony Carpenter says, I think I have internal bleeding, but I don't want to tell anyone. Why do you think that, Anthony Carpenter? What is going on, Anthony Carpenter? The other voice, that was just a bunch of freaking people I was walking by earlier. Tatiana. Braxton's like, it's 7 p.m. right now where I'm at. It's 8 p.m. over here. Musical Moob says, one of my friends is at the mall without me. We haven't hung out IRL in a month, and she's my only IRL friend. Aww. So she didn't ask you, or your friend didn't ask you to go to the mall with you, Musical Moob. They didn't ask you if you wanted to join them on the mall. Yeah, Fruit makes a good point, bro. You should tell someone, yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Fruit here. Fruit's, responding to the fact that Anthony might have some bleeding. If you think that you might actually have some internal bleeding, which is crazy, you can die. If you're internally bleeding, you can die very, very, very soon. Like in less than a day, very soon. So I would seek out immediate medical attention, Anthony. Like if you don't want to die, I would immediately seek it out. People are going to be worried, of course, and it might scare you that people are worried, but they're worried because they don't want to see you die. You know what I mean? Tatiana says, W what? Question mark. W what? Question mark. Braxton said my new favorite word. I'm screenshotting this. I'm screenshotting this, and you know what? I might. Braxton says Unkzilla. Just because of that, Braxton, I might have to change the project name from Controversy to Unkzilla. I might have to change it to Unkzilla. I think that's a good fucking name. Jay Guitar says, yeah, you definitely should have called EMS. Yeah, I would call EMS immediately. Like I said, Braxton Anthony. I know it might be a little scary having to tell people or having to tell loved ones, yeah, I think I might be internally bleeding. Because they might be going, oh, what the fuck? But I would try to tell someone immediately. I would try to tell someone as soon as possible because, you start internally bleeding, you're going to unfortunately not be here for much longer. And I'm not talking about years. I'm talking about days, man. So I would seek out some help as soon as possible. The reason why it's becoming very dark is because we are taking some paths that lead off of the regular trail that aren't a part of the regular trail that very few people know about. And so it's going to be hard as hell to freaking see here. Let's see what everyone else is saying. Oh, Tatiana says, no, the very deep voice that you did on purpose. Yes. Take care, Musical Moob. Take care. Take care, Musical Moob. Don't die. Don't die. Stay safe, Musical Moob. Stay safe. Anthony says, I had the dirt bike handle slam into my liver and it's been hurting for a long time and there's not been a bruise. Well, if you don't feel like you're getting dizzy at the moment and you don't feel like you're on the verge of dying, then I think that, I just think that you probably hurt yourself a little bit. But, yeah, like what Jay Guitar is saying, seek help if you have those symptoms. But like I said, if you're not feeling dizzy or feeling like you're about to pass out or anything, and it just hurts, and I think you'll probably be fine. But if it gets worse, I would probably seek help. Fruits like Anthony, go to the ER like now. Yeah, he probably should. He probably should, especially the fact that he said that there was no bruising. But I would think if there was internal bleeding, I think there would at least be some bruising. But I'm not a fucking medical specialist, but I would still probably try to get help if that's the case. I would still probably try to get help. Godzilla versus Kong. Yeah, the whole Godzilla versus Kong movie. I think there was several. I think there was the old school Godzilla versus Kong movies. And then there's the modern remakes that they did a few years ago. I got one of the Godzilla movies on VHS. I got the freaking, I think it's the 1999, 2000 remake of Godzilla. The one where it's basically a Jurassic Park ripoff. Jay Guitar is a nursing student. Oh, Jay Guitar is coming through with the knowledge. J Guitar! J Guitar! Fruit says. Like at one point, I thought my appendix burst. It ended up being just a pulled muscle. But if you think that there's something seriously wrong, please seek help. Exactly, Fruit. Exactly, Fruit. Anthony Carpenter says it's been about a week and it still hurts. Yeah, I would seek help. I would seek help then, if that's the case, Anthony. I would seek help then, if that's the case, Anthony. Like, seek help immediately. What's up, babe? What's up, babe? In one Godzilla movie, Godzilla has a son or what I'll call Beer Getter. Why do you call him Beer Getter? Why do you call him Beer Getter? Yeah, if it's been a week and it still hurts and the pain feels like it's getting worse, I would seek help. I would seek help immediately, Anthony. Like, all jokes aside, get help, man. You don't need to be dying at a young age. Nobody needs to be dying just yet. Damn, J Guitar coming through with the medical facts. J Guitar, what? Oh, I'm taking a walk in the middle of the trees over here and stuff like that. That's what's going on. That is what's going on. Boom, boom. And we're chatting with everybody, of course. That's just how we normally do it. Boop, boop. Ah, frick. You. Yeah, you know exactly where I'm at. Braxton's like, I think Godzilla was saying to his son, give me another beer. You give me another beer, motherfucker. Yeah, there was also that, like I was saying earlier, the 1999-2000 Godzilla remake, where it's basically a Jurassic Park ripoff, and Godzilla looked like a fucking dinosaur rather than fucking Godzilla. And then Godzilla proceeds to have a million little baby Godzillas that look just like fucking velociraptors. And I'm just like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? And the velociraptors had stupid logic. On one hand, the velociraptors could outrun the humans and they were very smart. And then there were scenes where they were just being stupid and just dumb and couldn't outrun the humans. And I'm just like, bro, Hollywood movie logic back in the 2000s and 90s was crazy. It's on my left, right under my ribs. Take care, Tatiana. Take care, Tatiana. Nah, don't tell Anthony where I'm at. Don't tell Anthony where I'm at. We don't need people pulling up on stream right now. We don't need none of that shit. We ain't need none of that shit. I couldn't imagine that shit happening. Someone watching on stream and then following me on stream and then pulling up on me on stream would be the most wildest damn shit that I could imagine. Wathy says, it's almost Halloween. Yeah. Well, it's only like 2 months away. But there's most stores are already putting out Halloween stuff. They were putting out Halloween stuff as far back as July. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? We're putting out Halloween stuff this early. I mean, it's just like Christmas and Thanksgiving. They put that stuff out early. I mean, they're already putting out fall stuff, which fall is literally right around the corner. So it's not that bad. Wathy's like, Spirit Halloween. Spirit Halloween. Yeah, I think this year, I'm personally going to stay away from Spirit Halloween this year. That's just me personally. Nothing against Spirit Halloween, but it just doesn't hit the same for me anymore. But for others, Spirit Halloween is cool. There's always cool shit that you can find at Spirit Halloween. They got freaking lanyards, notebooks, freaking costumes. Of course, there's always the fake vampire blood and the fangs and all that crap too. But it just doesn't hit for me anymore. Used to hit pretty hard, but for others, it's the best thing ever. For others, it's like Christmas come true, right? That's understandable. Halloween for some people is like Christmas come early. It's like a birthday come early. So Spirit Halloween, still cool. It's just, for me, doesn't hit the same. But I might, even though I said I'm not going to go this year, I might just one time, just to see if there's any differences this year versus last year. I think last year, the ones over here were pretty much the same things from the previous year, just carried over with like 1 or 2 new costumes. So it wasn't really anything new for me at the location over here last year. Your guitar's like, my BFMI! My BFMI might be Monster High characters. Whoa. Damn, people still be fucking with Monster High. Didn't Monster High end like 10 freaking years ago? Monster High is freaking old. I remember when that crap came out when I was a kid. What do you need to tell me, Braxton? I'm here. Anything you need to tell me, go for it, Brax. Go for it, Brax. Draculaura and Claw. Yeah, I like Draculaura. Draculaura is fucking... Draculaura is the shit. And then Frankie too. Frankie too. Yeah. Monster High never dies. See, when I was a kid, I just thought it was one of those shows that would just last a few years. And here we are, like 10 odd years later. People are still keeping it alive. I think, didn't they try to, like, bring back the dolls a few years ago? Because I remember buying someone one of the dolls a few years ago. Because I could have sworn a few years ago they did try to bring back the dolls or bring back the series. I'm not so sure about that. I think even Winx Club, I think they tried to do a remake of Winx Club, or I think they put it on Netflix. I can't remember. It was something like that. It was something like that. Jigatar says the dolls are bad now. I don't think I've ever seen... Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen the current dolls. Well, like I said, except for that one time a few years ago where I thought that they brought it back. Unless I'm thinking about something else. It's been so freaking long. It's been so freaking long. Give me a moment, everybody. Let me go to my car over here. Okay. Give me a moment. Okay, just trying to make sure the camera's not facing me. Anyways, I'm back. Braxton's like, I got bad news. I'm a minor. I really don't know how to respond to that. I don't even know if that's a trap. Is this supposed to be a trap where Braxton is secretly working as an undercover for the Sugar Spice Girl and the Live Girl on TikTok and is trying to, screen record this to see how I respond and send it to them, and then they edit it and make it into a viral clip and be like, proof he's a PDF? Is that what that's supposed to be, Braxton? If that's what you're trying to go for, man, just know I don't ever take my streams down. Except YouTube. YouTube removed some of my streams for copyright. So if this is like one of those, this is a setup moment. I don't know, Braxton. I don't know, man. That seems very fishy, you just saying that. And the reason why I say that's fishy, so I'm just going to backtrack for a bit. And I said we're not going to talk about it as much anymore, but I guess we have to talk about it again. When all of that drama went down, people tried pulling some Chris Hansen shit. I don't know if you guys know who Chris Hansen is. The To Catch a Predator guy. And bro, I get it, everybody exposing PDF files, whatever. But like, you can't say that you're against pedophilia and then you go in my inbox. Like, this is some real shit that happened. This is some real shit. When all of that drama went down with me, bro, I got a ton of messages from random accounts in my inbox saying I'm 13 and I would let you touch me. And it's just like, what the fuck, bro? I read the messages, didn't even respond to those messages, but it's like, what the fuck, bro? And I'm pretty sure those people were trying to pull some Chris Hansen shit out of their fucking ass. But that's the reason why I bring that up. You're not a minor, lady in black. Y'all gotta fucking chill. Yeah, we get it. We get it, everybody. We get it. We get it. We get it. But y'all gotta fucking chill. Y'all gotta fucking chill. If you're a minor, this is all I'm gonna say. If you're a minor, man, and you're watching this channel, you probably shouldn't be watching this channel, man. We literally talk about cigars on this channel. We drink on this channel. We talk about a lot of adult subject things So I'm just going to say this. If you're a minor, man, it's probably in your best interest to not watch this channel. Like, low-key, it's in your best interest to not watch this channel. And so before anyone is like, what? Wait, what? 10? Why would you do this to me? No, I'm just saying it's in your best interest to not watch this channel. And now I can't control you guys watching my channel or not, right? I can't just be like, banned from watching my channel. You know, motherfuckers can create alt YouTube accounts. But that's all I can say. I can't actually, like, I can't control your guys' YouTube accounts. That's all you guys. But I'm just saying it's in your best interest to probably not watch this channel. And then especially with the music project we're about to release. You really, man, if you're pure of heart, you really don't want to hear this next music project. You really don't want to hear it. I got 33 miles. I'll put gas in my car later. Braxton's like, why? You're my only friend. Well, see, this is the thing, Braxton. You know, times change, man. Times change in American society. And, you know, it used to be, like, this is what I don't understand, right? I'm an uncle. And so since I'm an uncle, I spend a lot of time with my young nieces, my young nephews and stuff, right? But people say that shit's weird these days. I don't see how that's fucking weird to be an uncle these days and spend time with your fucking young nieces and nephews. It's like, yeah, I get it. My nieces and nephews and my cousins, they're fucking minors. But, like, I'm just doing my duty as an uncle, right? I'm being there to, you know, watch over those kids. Take them out for, you know, ice cream here and there. Maybe to McDonald's. And, you know, kind of be like a guardian to them. Not a parent figure, but be like a guardian to them. And, you know, show them new things. You know, let them figure out what video games are. And unfortunately, we're in a time period where, like, you can't even be like a father figure to motherfuckers these days without people thinking you're, like, fucking weird. I'm just like, what the fuck happened? We're all complaining about, you know, people being fatherless. But then when people try to step up and be fathers to these kids without fathers, suddenly it's like, whoa. Or people try to be mentors, you know. So I can't help you with that, Braxton. I can't really help you with that, Braxton. It's just the times have changed here in American society. And people think, you know, being an unk and all that shit, people be thinking that's weird now. I just don't fucking understand. I never thought it was fucking weird to freaking to babysit my nephew and let my nephew stay the night. I never thought that shit was weird. You know, I get to have some fucking uncle-nephew bonding, right? When I was younger, when I was younger, my uncles did the same shit, man. My aunties did the same shit when I was younger. It's just they just think that shit's weird now, so just changing times. That's just so bad for your car. It is bad. Anthony Carpenter's like, but you kind of know me. I don't know you on a personal level, Anthony Carpenter. I know you online. I know you, right? I know you in the Discord server. That's how I know you. But on a personal level, I don't really know you. And then with all the recent TikTok drama, all that stupid fucking crap, people taking shit out of context, it's hard for me to trust people now. Like, it's really hard for me to trust people. Because, I just don't know what the fuck happened, man. I just don't know what the fuck's happened to this fucking world, you know? Motherfuckers are scared. Like, motherfuckers are scared to come clean about their wrongdoings, right? Motherfucker, like, this is the state of the world we live in. People say they want authenticity, right? But everybody's scared of being canceled. You're scared of being canceled. I'm scared of being canceled. We're all scared of being canceled. People are scared of people digging up their past or digging up their wrongdoings and posting it online. But this is the thing. And this is how I view it. Not everyone, a good number of people put on this facade online, acting like saints and stuff. And when everyone puts on this facade, it reinforces this negative like treatment where we all got to pretend to be good individuals. We all got to pretend like we're innocent, like we're saints, that we've never done a thing wrong. And then when someone does something wrong, we all join in and dogpile and shame them. But the fact of the matter is, every motherfucker on the internet, whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult, you've done some bad shit at least at some point in your life. It's just the motherfuckers now make it like it's such a big deal. Oh, you're telling me you used to hate trans people, Tin? We should cancel you now. But you're going to cancel me for some shit you were never a part of? Motherfucker, I wasn't even, I had no fucking audience and all that shit back when I used to hate trans people. There was a time period, Tin to left didn't like trans people. That's a real thing, right? But people would try to cancel me now if they knew that back in the day, Tin didn't support people being trans, right? And I just don't fucking understand. Are people not allowed to change anymore? Are people not allowed to change without, them being cooked off the internet? Like, what the fuck's happened, man? What the fuck's happened to American society? Motherfuckers can't change and grow and mature anymore? Like, what's happened, What's going on, Clownsy Shipper? J Guitar says, I'm adorable. They can't cancel me. I'll tickle them. Yo, you gotta chill. Braxton says, by minor, I mean a minor. Like Minecraft. That's wild. That's wild. Oh, yeah, we've all done some bad shit. It's just times are changing, y'all. And I've kind of had to understand, especially with the recent TikTok drama, that, I guess I gotta start toning down shit. But if I really felt like it, I could just 18 plus all my videos tomorrow and just ban a ton of people from my channel tomorrow if I just felt like it, and go a completely new direction. We're already, making preparations to go a new direction on my YouTube channel. But when it happens, it's going to hit you guys out of nowhere. You guys aren't going to be prepared for it. It's not going to be the same stuff that, we normally do. We'll still do the live streams and all that stuff, but it'll be an entirely different channel. Which comment? Oh, are you gonna be there or be square? I think I know what you mean. Hold on, I think there's a cop behind me. I don't want to risk it. One moment. I guess I'm gonna be there. 67. Funny number, 67. You guys know what 67 is? Because you motherfuckers got me with that shit. Everyone was saying 67 not too long ago, and I'm like, what the fuck's a 67? And I understand what a 67 is now. My YouTube says I'm 27. Yeah, Anthony. Y'all gotta freaking chill. Y'all gotta chill because, like, straight up, man. Straight up. I don't know. I'm still debating on if I should just go the full 18 plus route and just ban a lot of people. I've thought about that. But it's just, times are changing now. People, and I get it, I get it, society changes, and it's nothing against society, but goddamn, man. Goddamn, like, motherfuckers be pressured to fucking change, Motherfuckers be pressured to change. It's not me wanting to do this shit because I willingly want to do this shit. It's because I'm being pressured to fucking act a certain way. Essentially being controlled to act a certain way. Like, you gotta let people naturally come to that shit. But it's like I said, if you're underage and you're watching my channel, you probably shouldn't be watching our channel because we've done a ton of no-no things that aren't recommended for kids. We've done a ton of no-no things. Final questions before we go, y'all. Final questions before we go. I'm going to make preparations for that giveaway soon. I know you guys all know about the giveaway. We're going to try to make preparations for it here soon. Oh, why is Milo mad at you? Message me on Discord. Braxton's like, I hate when people say good boy. It's annoying. Yeah, I've been hearing that shit lately. I've been hearing that shit a lot lately. Yeah, I mean, drink frosting with coconut cream. If you know, you know. Yeah, if you know, you know, Clownsy. If you know, you know. Would you want to collab on another song? I'm down. Message me.